Yo, good evening, good evening. What's up? How's it going, everyone? Where are the others? Maybe they're still sleeping. Alright, so the purpose of this live is basically, well, I'm trying to test out YouTube Live, and aside from that, maybe we can get to know ourselves. At least some of you can see me in person. Some of you don't know what I look like. At least you can see me in person. And most importantly, we can use this live for a question and answer session. If there's any question you've been wanting to ask me, yeah, you can go ahead and ask now. I will answer as soon as possible. So if you have any questions, make sure to ask. Okay, Badebo, thank you for all you do, Ogami. Literally giving out gem for free that others charge for. Of course, of course, of course. We try as much as possible to give back. That's it. You know, when we started, actually during our time, we didn't get to have this kind of opportunities. Then there were very few amount of like public traders. Then most people are just doing their things low key. So I think it's actually good. Itoroge Brea active as well. Nsikak Mike here. Good evening. Good evening, Chief. How is it going? Alright, so if there's any question you'd like to ask me, you can go ahead and ask. That's the purpose of this live. Then for me to also test out and see how YouTube live works exactly, because I've done live on TikTok, I've done on Facebook, I've not done on Twitter before. So I think this is the first time on YouTube as well. Jeremiah Steven, good evening. How's it going? Nzika Mike here. How did you build capital for your trading? Well, one thing about trading is that before trading, you should at least must have had something you were doing. Trading, most of us we eventually do trading maybe because we want to diversify. It's not as if we just woke up and started trading like from 000. No. Like for me, after I finished secondary school, even before I got admission into university, at first I started working at places, especially all these bet shops and stuff like that. Try to gather money. Then from them, before even forex, I used to also like actively like into like crypto space basically. Yeah, so amongst other things as well, coupled with salary and basically just everything. This kind of grind now, gather money from here and there. At first, it's not as if we were funding anything too much. We are funding $5 there, $10 there, $15 there, $20. Nothing crazy at all. So it's not as if we just woke up and started funding $1,000 or $500. No, we're starting with $5, $10, $20 like that. And you flip here and there. So, but if I'm talking about initial capital, I think to be from, let's say, my savings, basically. Let's say from my savings. So that's it. Jeremiah Stephen, what else do you do aside trading, sir? Okay, for the people that know me, they know that I actually own one of the biggest salon and spa in Rio. I own Vex Salon and Spa. Yeah, and also aside that, how would I put it? Even before this whole forex thing, I used to have a very big crypto community then as well. But actually, what made me kind of not push crypto as much as I used to before is because the level of uncertainty, and should I say, is a bit too saturated recently. So before, I used to trade crypto actively, like very active. But currently, the only thing I do when it comes to crypto now is just basically peer to peer. I think, yeah. I don't like own. I don't buy and keep any crypto anymore. So that's just it. Mostly maybe from coin to USDT, USDT to Naira, Naira to USDT, and vice versa. So basically, that's just it. So aside forex, I'm also a businessman. Do we have any other questions? I don't know if these people they allow us to add someone on live. Or let me see. I think there's nothing like that. If it's on Facebook, Facebook allows for me to add someone with you on live. I think there's nothing like that here. Okay. All right, guys. So, how was your trading week last week? How was your trading week? Let me hear from people. It looks as if there's one thing I noticed. It's like most of the people on that channel, people are not taking the trades that I'm dropping. You people are just you're sleeping. Or just some of you are just there, like you're not even taking any action, nothing. You're dropping setup, you're not taking them. I dropped a link where you can create an account with a broker, Xness. You can just create an account, then fund account, try and see how you can raise a thing or two. Some of you just sit back and just be watching others making money. It's not good actually. And some people are so reluctant to do something. I don't know why. Even this live that I just dropped link now, you see how many people will see the message, but some people will not still join. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. Oh, we currently have just 3 person on the live. Yeah, Jeremiah, even Jeremiah that asked the question, he asked question and left. Where did you go? Jeremiah asking if I would advise to take trading as full-time business or side hustle. Everything depends on skill. It depends on skill. As a beginner or intermediate trader, it's not advisable to take trading as a full-time business. It's not at all. So it depends on the skill you have got into. If you know that, okay, ask yourself, if I remove whatever I'm currently doing aside trading, then I focus on only trading, will I be able then I focus on only trading, then let's say in a month or one whole month or one whole year I don't make any profit, then I'm making losses, will I still be able to sustain or survive? That's the question that you ask yourself. If you remove everything you're doing now and focus on only trading, then you're not profitable, or let me say you don't make, or like you're not profitable for a full year, will you be able to survive? If your answer is yes, then you're ready to go full time when it comes to trading. And aside from that too, you ask yourself another question: are you entirely in charge of your schedule? Because let's say for instance now, like myself, I'm currently still a student. I'm a final year student. So basically I am not entirely in charge of my schedule, because I might decide to say, okay, today I will trade from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Then all of a sudden your lecturer or your HOD will just send an emergency message: hey, maybe we have an emergency test, we have an emergency exam, emergency this. You understand my point? I'm not entirely in charge of my schedule. So that's one thing you consider before you say you're going fully into trading, like full time, as a full time business. Then the second thing is one that I said: if you remove every other thing and focus on only trading and you're not profitable for one whole year, will you still be able to survive? Like, do you have like do you have enough money or enough means or financial stability to be able to like cater for yourself for that 1 year despite the fact that money is not coming in? If you can answer these questions and you know that okay, I'm 100% in charge of my schedule, I decide where I want to go in a day, I decide what I want to do, I'm not answering to anybody, I'm not responsible. You get my point? If you can answer those questions and you know that this is what it is, then you can go into trading full time as a full time business. But if that's not the case, you can't do trading as a full time business. You can only do it, you can't, there's nothing like side hustle actually in this world. Hustle is hustle, nothing like side hustle, because sometimes you notice that the one you're considering as side hustle might even be the one that is even bringing in more money than the said main hustle. So hustle is hustle. Drive guard. My oga, how is it going? So people, a new week is upon us very soon now. This is 7:30 already. By 10 o'clock tonight, market will be open. We are back at it. So how prepared are you? I hope you're studying because there's no shortcut. You're preparing. What's up in people? Let me check if I can switch this camera. So let me show you guys. I've been back testing since yesterday. So in fact, I've been back testing like throughout the month of March. Like I had to like go back in time and check what has been, because this month is already over, because today is 31st. So I was trying to like go back right from when the month started, the first week, and try to go over some of the mistakes, some of the things we have been missing, and so on and so forth. So to see how things is going. Okay, Jeremiah. Yeah, I'm glad you understood. So basically, that's it. That's one thing most people don't, or most people fail to understand. So that's just it. I think this is what my. Let me check. Yep. So you can see what's, if you see the dates here, look at the dates here. You will see. I don't know why this thing is not showing properly. All right. So you can see 23rd March. Yeah. So you see, I've been backtesting from the starting of March. I think the week started around 4th or thereabout. 4th was a Monday, 3rd or 4th. From then till, you can see this is 20, this is 23rd. So I'll still continue up until that 28th, I mean 27, which was last Friday. So what I do is, normally what I do is, I used to do it like weekly. Let's say after every week. I need to do like after every week, I will backtest every trade that we took that week, or every setup that we missed, why we missed, why did the month. I will not do it for a full month. So that's exactly how I do it. Now the join is, I need to respond. I said if you can hear me, just indicate in the comments that you can hear me, please. It looks like the network is mixing up. So if you can hear me, just indicate in the comments that you can hear me. All right. Because the thing is that now that people have opportunity to ask me whatever I want to ask, or if there's anything that's been bothering you, or if there's any maybe a difficulty you've been experiencing in your like trading journey entirely, this is like an opportunity for you to ask anything you want to ask. But the thing is that people will not say anything. Then after now, people will not allow me rest. You will start coming to my DM on WhatsApp or on Telegram, start asking me, hey boss this, boss that, boss this, boss that. But now you have the opportunity to ask, you will keep quiet. Nsika Mike here says, sir, did you leverage off prop firms? The thing is that when it comes to prop firms, should I say I have bad luck? I wouldn't say it could be bad luck because basically I don't know if some of you have seen the video I posted on my TikTok some time ago. I think last year I made about $10,000. I made about $10,000 on a prop firm and they denied me withdrawal. I posted a video on my TikTok. But before the $10,000, I actually made about $1,000 at first. Then when I placed the withdrawal for the $1,000, they declined, and they said the reason for the for them to reject the payout is that they said I did not follow their consistency rule, and this rule was not, it was not like explicitly like stated. It's like it's more like a hidden rule. They will be like, how will I put it safe? The consistency rule is like a lot size range. They will say whatever lot size that you started with, like the first day you got the account, the lot size that you started with, that lot size you can only increase it by 100% or reduce it by 70%. I don't know if you understand. For instance, if you start with 1.0 lot size, you can either open as high as 2.0, which is 100% of 1.0, or open as low as 0.3, which is 70% minus 70% of 1.0. So I didn't know that this kind of rule existed actually. So me, for instance, now, every trade has its own lot size that you want to use based on your risk parameters and stuff like that. So maybe you open 1.0 here, 2.0 here, 3.0 here, 0.1 here, depending on what the trade is about. So finally, when I placed the withdrawal, about 1,000 something dollars, then I was in Lagos. I actually traveled and I was actually hoping on that money. Like I wanted to use the money for something. This people declined the withdrawal. They say I didn't follow the consistency rule. I was like, okay, fine, no problem. They now reset the account back to the original balance. So I started trading afresh again. I traded, then I think then I raised about 500 and something dollars or thereabout. I wanted to just at least withdraw something, but I was like, no, what would be the aim of all this? So I just decided to continue until, and it was a 200k account actually. It was a 200k. So I had a big equity. It was a 200k account. Then I raised, and $10,000 then was just about 5% of the account, not even up to 10%, 5%. So I raised $10,000. I placed withdrawal. Like this one, they did not even tell me any reason why they rejected it. They just ghost me. So should I say since then, like the whole thing was like I was like, am I even sure that this whole problem thing is like I was meant to actually do stuff like that? But that's why I do. I will not let like one experience to like stop me from. So another one, I also got another problem last year, which was that one was funded next. So what happened with the funded next account is that I was not aware that during news, like with funded next during news, their stop loss does not hold. And the funny thing is that I was not actually trading the news. I just had a trade that was running, and the trade was already in profit, but it has not gotten to TP yet. So I had to break even, move my stop loss to my entry. I broke even. So that trade was running risk free according to me. But I didn't know that there was a high impact news. It's not even a popular news, just one news like that. The news came, bam. The news now sold. Like we were actually buying, it was GBP USD. The news now came and sold. This guy, the essay that I placed at my entry, it saw everything go down, go down, go down till you breach the account. That was last year. I posted the account when I got the account, and I was actually up. I was up about $1,700 on that account. My target was supposed to be $5,000 to pass the challenge, so I was up about 1.7. Let's say that's about 3 or 4% or thereabout. So you see, like when it comes to prop firm, I don't just know. It looks as if that's just the thing. I don't know why, but just that I'll keep trying, sha. I'll keep trying. I'll keep trying. That's just the thing. Let me see. Ayola Philip. He said, what strategy do you trade? Okay, so basically, hold on, I'm coming. So actually, when it comes to like trading, when it comes to like strategy and stuff like that, I'm not like a fan of names. Like come out and say this one say I'm a smart money concept trader. This one come and I am an ICT trader. I'm this and this. But at the end of the day, if you want to look deeply into what we are all doing, you see that everything kind of everybody is using the same thing. We're just calling them different names. I don't know if you understand. So basically, I don't give myself name that I trade smart money concepts. I trade no. What I'll tell you is that I'll tell you the things I look out for when I want to enter a trade. So maybe you can call it any name you want to call it, but these are the things I look out for. First and most important thing, I look for key levels on higher time frame, either daily time frame or 4 hour time frame. Key levels. When I say key levels, it could either be a strong resistance zone, can either be a strong support zone, can either be a strong supply zone, a strong demand zone, or a fair value gap, or like but a key level on higher time frame. Once I spot that key level, what you do now, you wait for market to tap into that key level on that higher time frame, let's say 4 hour or daily. Once the market taps into that key level, the thing about key level is that why key level is important is that even if that place will not hold, even if that key level will not hold, but market will at first react. Even if you later break that place, but it will react. So is that reaction now, you will now drop down to lower time frame. On lower time frame, that reaction will give you a decent opportunity, because if you agree with me, a movement on daily time frame or 4 hour time frame, a small movement on 4 hour time frame can be a whole lot of movement on 5 minutes time frame. So that's the thing. So once market gets to that key level and reacts, it drop down to like 5 minutes time frame and look for a market structure shift, which some people they call it a change of character, but I call it a market structure shift. Once market taps into your point of interest, that your key level on higher time frame, you drop to 5 minutes, then look for a market structure shift, then look for if it's a sell, then look for a nearest supply zone. After you see that market structure shift, look for a nearest supply zone, then you sell from there, and your stop loss will be above the protected high. The protected high now is that high that like kind of mitigated your key level on higher time frame. So that's the protected high. So you set your stop loss above that. Then your TP, most time I target 1:3. Most time. But if I can't see 1:3, I target the swing low or swing high. When I say swing low or swing high, that's the point that, let's say for instance, market came to this point, then came back to your entry. So this point that you got to before entry, that's your swing low. If it's above, that's your swing high. So you sell to that point. But sometimes the swing low or swing high might be longer than 1:3. So I just pick 1:3 regardless. But sometimes when the swing low or swing high is less than 1:3, sometimes I still go for 1:3, or I just go for that swing high or swing low. Then aside from key levels, another thing we look out for is, I think I have them here sef. Once you have your key levels, another thing I look out for is mostly like, I work with like sessions, like trading sessions. You don't just wake up and just need time. I mostly trade before London session opens. Then after London session opens, then New York open. Then when New York open, I don't stay in the market till New York close. So New York open, let me say till that kind 6 p.m. or thereabout, because it's very important you pay attention to those sessions. Different trading sessions, they kind of react different way. Let's say for instance, if Asian session was buying, then Asian session closed, then London session now came, and as London session came, it now broke the low of that Asian or Tokyo session. You know that thing now, if it was buying before, this was the low where it started buying from, it buys to the upside, then the Asian session closed, then London session now came down and broke this low of the Asian session to the downside. You know that that's now a change of trend or market structure shift. So instead of start looking for buys during London session, you start looking for sales. Then you notice that maybe now that London session you start selling. As you're selling, New York will now open and meet the London session. New York will now push to the upside, then break the high of the London session. I don't know if you get my point. So you kind of like focus on trading sessions as well, then key levels, market structure shift, break of structures, fair value gaps, supply zone, demand zones, order blocks, breaker blocks. So they are just those kind of stuff here. You just kind of list them out. So let me show you something. I had something I wrote here. I don't know if you can see. This is something that I pasted on my. You can see here. This HTF means higher time frame key levels, lower time frame entry, session breakout / market structure shift or break of structure. Then these are point of interest. You can see DZ means demand zone, SZ supply zone, OB order block, BB breaker block, FVG fair value gap. Then the last but not the least, execute with confidence. That's very important because you might have all these things, then you lack the confidence to execute that trade. Once there's no confidence, then you're just don't know what you're doing. That's why even if you're in a losing streak, you still have the confidence to enter the market without thinking too much. Because like I said in one of my videos, don't allow like your performance for a day to affect you, because trading is a marathon, not a sprint. Like I said, you might have a losing day, have a profitable week. You might have a losing week, have a profitable month. You might have a losing month, have a profitable quarter. Have a losing quarter, have a profitable year. Even have a losing year and have a profitable decade. You get my point? So that's what trading is basically. Then Itorogebre, how many strategies do you use before taking a trade? Like I said, when I was answering Philip, I can't really say what. I think the question would be that what and what do I look out for before taking a trade? I think that's the best question, because calling things strategy, it's just making the whole thing very tiring. Trading is not just about strategy, because just be like, for instance now, so there are people that are trading on just support and resistance and it's working for them. So then which strategy will you call support and resistance? You now say it's a support and resistance strategy or what? So just ignore all those names. Just pick out the things that you personally are looking out for in a trade. Then once you see them, you execute them. Let's leave the whole name something. You understand? Even if I want to do my own, I'll form my own name, then give it my own name. I will not answer somebody else's own. Maybe we can have a vex strategy. I see. Nkinanee, how did you overcome FOMO? How do I overcome FOMO? The thing is that no matter how big you are as a trader or whatever level it is, there's always that little bit of fear of missing out inside head. But the way you do those things now is you can use a different approach to overcome FOMO. You can use set and forget. That's what some people do. That's like you, instead of after setting your trade, after setting maybe your buy limit, you just leave it, just drop your phone, maybe just drop your phone. After setting your buy limit, you can just leave your phone. So what you're doing now is that whether market comes and triggers you or it doesn't concern you. But if you stand after executing your trade, then you now stand and be watching, waiting for market to come close. Whenever the market is coming closer to your entry, you start feeling like this thing might not trigger my entry. Let me just go and enter market execution at once, since it's already close to my entry. Then when you now go and enter market execution, it will now reverse, come down properly to your main entry. That way now you now have a much larger SL than you should have had. So that's the thing. So you can use just set and forget approach. That's why whenever I send setup in that channel, you see that I always send everything complete. I send parameters, I send entry price, stop loss, take profit, then send the chart itself. So that what I want people to do is that just copy those parameters, paste in your MT5 or your MT4, then place your trade, put your desired lot size, place your trade, then just drop your phone. There's no need for you to start checking and refreshing. This thing don't really, just leave it. If the trade gets to your entry, it will trigger you. If you hit your SA, you hit your SA. At the end of the day, you cannot just go and check, this trade play out, this trade did not play out. Because one thing is that whether you look at the market or you don't look at the market will still do whatever it wants. That's just the truth. There's nothing you can do about it. Now wetin dey the mind you go still do. So that's that. So any other questions, please? Let's see. I think this session is not supposed to take too long because we're just trying to test out. This is already 8 o'clock. So let's just say I can just continue till, let's say, like 8:30 or 8:20. 8:20 or 8:30, anyhow my spirit carries. So I was just trying to like check out how this whole thing works basically. So if you have any question, you can ask them, because from now I'll become very, 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 very busy and occupied, because new week I have to enter into the kitchen. Yeah, I got cook. I need to feed you guys, because that's my work. And that's the only way I can actually help you people. I don't have enough money to transfer to everybody. Had it been I had, I would have given all of you 1 billion, but I don't have. So the only way I can help you people now is to make you print your own 1 billion, and that's exactly the journey I'm on right now. And I want people to like follow me diligently. But looks as some people don't have. Some people are not serious actually. Some people are not serious. You can see the effort that I put in. No, I'm not saying that people should commend me or anything, but when you see effort, when you see effort, you recognize effort. Let's say for instance now, the beginner trading series that I did for free, those are 10 parts. Now if you check the videos, those videos I post, those 10 parts is combined, is more than an hour long of video. So now ask yourself, if the edited version is up to an hour long combined, then imagine the amount of work that was put in. So imagine how many hours that was actually shot, that we had to edit and edit and edit before we finally get this final outcome. So you see some sleepless nights, staying awake. Like tomorrow now, I will come, I'll drop signal in the channel. Most people will just be, some of them they already slept, they won't wake up around 11, they just yawn. Just enter channel, check, they don't see signal, they enter, they pick the trade. Don't know that the person that dropped that signal was up all night. Just like this night, today is Sunday, tomorrow is Monday. There's no way I'll be able to sleep before, there's no way I'll be able to sleep before 3 a.m., 4 a.m. today. That's how it is. I have to watch the market and see what the market is going to do, so that it will guide me in my decision making for tomorrow. Because you can't just wake up and just listen. You have to see how the market is moving and stuff like that. So we put a lot of work in this thing. It's not as if I'm asking people to pay me or anything. The only thing I need from people is just that commitment. Like for instance, now I have this live. We announced this live since almost 2-3 days ago. But now see, time for live. How many persons are on this live now? 6 people. So now that thing now makes you start wondering, is it that the people that you're trying to help, they don't want the help? Are you forcing the help on them? All those things now kind of discouraging and stuff like that. But since it's something we have started already, we have to keep going. You see? So that's just the thing. So, and also Nigerians, people like gatekeeping so much. For instance, some of you that are in this channel now, you will not share this channel to your friends, to your other people to join, so that the community will grow bigger. But you just want to maybe only chop the updates, which is not good actually. So, but either ways, I'm not complaining. Anyhow my strength carry me reach, I will do and reach. Because one thing is that I'm not actually directly gaining anything from all this whole thing that I'm doing for you guys. The only people are the ones gaining. Just that how will I put it? Just want to give back. That's the thing. Just want to give back, because it's not as if nobody is paying me. Nobody is doing, it's not nothing. So basically, it's well. Nsikak Michael, he say, what do you do when you are pressured to make money to solve a problem? What I do when I'm pressured to make money to solve a problem, what I do is that I make sure I'm not in that position to be pressured to solve a problem. That's the first thing you're supposed to do. Because the first step to you being in great loss and debt is for you trying to come to the forex market, like wanting to make a particular money for a particular thing. You can never. Like even if other days you have been profitable, that day that you just have it in mind that today, I want to make this money to go and buy this or go and pay for this thing, that particular day, you see some kind of price action that you've never seen in your life. So don't ever have that kind of mindset. Don't ever put yourself in that position to want to use forex and do like just want to directly say, okay, I'm using this thing to buy. It's not good. It's not good for your psychology at all, because you always be pressured. Even if there's no setup, you want to force that trade, you want to force it. So that's the thing. It's not good at all. I don't always want to put myself in that kind of position. You plan yourself properly. If there's an emergency, see if you can learn from friends. Then maybe you can tell the friends that whenever something comes up, you pay them back. You take your time. Don't try and say you want to make the money off the market. Ayola Philip, your explanation is simple and direct. I love it. Yeah, thank you. Philip, are you a full-time trader? Philip, just like I said, I don't know if you're here when I answered the other guy. Currently, I cannot consider myself a full-time trader because, like I said, there's one key component if you want to consider yourself a full-time trader, and the component is that, are you in charge of your schedule? Like, are you the one deciding when to do something for yourself, when not to do something, where to go, where not to go? Like, are you the one fully in control? If you're not in control, that means you can't consider yourself a full-time trader. Because for instance now, I'm still a student. I'm a final year student. I'm actually studying petroleum engineering. So by the grace of God, I'll graduate by June, July, August. So as long as I'm still a student, I can't call myself a full-time trader because one, I'm not completely in charge of my schedule. Because like tomorrow now, I'm planning to enter the market, analyze and see how I can look for setups and stuff like that. But I don't know what my lecturer and my HOD is planning. Like for instance, I'm currently doing my project. So I don't know what my project supervisor is planning for me tomorrow. I don't know what my HOD is planning for me. I don't know what my lecturers are planning for me. You might be here planning to enter the market tomorrow. Next thing, project supervisor call you to bring chapter 3 of your project that he wants to go over it. Or HOD call you to come that there is an error in your this thing they want. The lecturer call you to come and submit. You get my point? So that's not you being a full-time trader because you're not in complete control. But if I'm done with school, then I'm completely in control. Even I have a business, I'm running a business. If there is something I need to do, I delegate. I might hire managers, I might hire staffs. But when it comes to school, you cannot do those kind of things. So you can't consider yourself a full-time trader. So maybe if I'm done with school, I can become a full-time trader. So that's just the thing. But though in my bio on social media, I write full-time trader, but full-time in the sense that this is what I do, not in the sense that, you get my point. Full-time in the sense that like this is what I do basically. So that's just the thing. But you can't really consider yourself a full-time trader. You get the point. Then somewhere I want the help. Those that know the value, we want it. That's just the thing. Those that don't, will not. At the end of the day, there will always be difference between those two set of people. Philip, do you mentor people? Yes, the thing is that yes, I actually do, but if you observe, I'm not somebody that always posts all those kind of things online that hey, start looking for students. I don't. I have the belief that most times people that know the value of what you offer, they come for you. I have private students that I work with because I actually stopped doing general mentorship. I think I did about 2 batch in 2022 and 2023. I did about 2 batch. But the reason why I stopped doing general mentorship is that most people are not always serious. You have a class of 20 to 30 people. At the end of the day, only about 5 will be taking the trading serious. It's like you start feeling bad within yourself. You'll be like this whole thing is a waste of effort. So mostly what I did was one-on-one private mentorship. But though it's kind of a bit more expensive, that's why I don't even bother posting it that hey, come for one-on-one this thing. I don't. People just come to me that they want to learn. I tell you the terms and conditions. If you're okay with it, then we kick off. I think currently I had about 2 private students for private mentorship. So that's just it. It's not something I post about that often. Maybe by the time I'm done with school, then I want to go into forex and forex business properly. Then I can resume those general mentorship again. So but for now, I only do private mentorships. Sika Mike here. Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate your response. You're welcome. At your service. Moses, do you think the idea of market structure works when looking for a setup? The idea of market structure works when looking for a setup. The thing is that you know that all of us that are trading, we are all speculators in this market. We are all speculators in this market. Now, market in itself is made of structures. Like the technical aspect is made of structures. So you seeing either market structure works when looking for a setup. The question, should I say the question is not really it, because now if you're saying market structure, the market itself is a market structure. That's why you hear break of structure, break of this, break of that. So now they are inside that market structure. Now you point out the things that you're talking about. We have maybe inside the market structure now, you can have maybe your resistance is a market structure, your support is a market structure. You understand? We have structural liquidity. We have, there are different things that inside that market structure. So if you are saying if market structure works when looking for a setup, what kind of market structure are you talking about? So I think that way the question will be more arranged, I guess. What is the cost of your private mentorship, if I may ask? Well, that's not something I can say here. It's not an information that is meant for everyone. So if you to know the cost, it's something that you have to text me privately. Then I can just tell you. It's not something that is meant for everyone. Actually, you can see I don't usually push it or even try to advertise it. Before they will not tell me that it's a mentorship money that I'm using to feed. I don't have strength.